Welcome to Bode's Edmonton real estate market update for January 2023. This video is going to show you what's happening in the Edmonton property market and then show you where you can find all of the data for your local community on bode.ca. But first, what is Bode? For those that don't know, Bode is a tech company that empowers people to buy or sell homes more successfully while also saving you a lot of money. So let's dive in. What's happening in the Edmonton property market? So first we're going to take a look at the number of new listings, so the number of new homes for sale to come to market each month for the last 4 years. So here you can see the bright pink line shows you how many new listings come to market each month. Earlier in 2022, lots of new listings coming to the market. The second half of 2022, it slowed down, and in the most recent month, in December, number of new listings were down 7% versus the average of the previous 4 years. So new listings definitely slowing down. And then if we look at sales on the right-hand side, it's a similar story where bright pink line shows you 2022. Earlier in the year, sales are very high for the first 6 months of the year. And then as soon as interest rates started going up quickly in May or so, they really slowed down. In the second half of the year, sales were about typical or even less than average when we compare it to the average of the last 4 years. So December sales are down 4% versus the average of the previous 4 years. So sales really quite slow now in the Edmonton area. What does that mean for overall inventory? So the total number of homes for sale. So you can see 2022 started out with very low levels of inventory. Then as the number of new listings slowed down, but also sales slowed down even further, the number of total listings climbed back up, closer to normal levels. But in the most recent month here in December, it's dropped back down a little bit more, down 11% versus the previous 4 years. But back now closer to normal, what we would consider normal levels of inventory relative to the last 4 years. And then if we take a look at months of supply, we can see, again, 2022 started out the year very low number of months of supply. So that tells us how many months would it take to sell through all of the homes that are currently for sale, given the rate of sale of homes at that time. That's been climbing back very quickly in the second half of the year. And now we're back. We've gone from being below 2 months of supply earlier in the year to now being up above 5 months of supply. So typically the higher the months of supply, the more favorable that is for buyers, and the lower number of months of supply, the more favorable that is for sellers. So we're back now in more balanced territory here after being in a seller's market for quite some time. And it's heading towards more of a buyer's market in the next few months. So what does all that mean for prices in the Edmonton area? This chart shows what's happened to prices over the last 17 years. You can see since the pandemic, prices have been going up quite consistently and quite quickly. However, in the last 6 months, again, since interest rates started increasing very quickly, prices have come back down. And in the most recent month, prices were down 0.1% month over month. So that's 0.1% in December relative to November. But they're down now almost 1% year over year. So all of the price gains that were made earlier in 2022 were wiped out by the second half of 2022 and down almost 1% versus a year ago. But of course, this is looking at Edmonton at a macro level. What's happening in different neighborhoods and in different property types can vary quite a lot from what's happening to Edmonton overall. So it's really important that you look at your local neighborhood. And to get all of that data, you can find it on bode.ca. We have 3 tools that give you everything you need to know. So the first one's called Market Data, and this is where you can look at your specific community and see the same trends in supply and demand and prices that we've been looking at there for the overall Edmonton market. Second tool we have is called Sold Data, where you can find out what any home is sold for in Alberta in the last 12 years. So if you see a sold sign go up in your neighborhood and you'd like to know how much it sold for, you can look up all of that information on our site. And finally, if you'd like to get a good feel for what your home's worth in today's market, you can enter 8 features of your home and see the most similar live listings and also the most similar recently sold listings. So you can see what homes like yours are getting in today's market and what homes like yours are currently listed for today. So check all of that out at bode.ca. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you get these videos in the future. Thanks very much.